am finishing up the sexy spring K-drama threesome with the first episode of Iris2. Boy, that opening scene of Iris2 looked like it was pumped up on steroids. That beginning was as serious and realistic as anything that I've ever seen on TV. Ever. The money that must have went into this show, they were not messing around. Iris2's some super top secret CIA covert ops Korean shizzle. Not to mention all this talk of nuclear weapons going down. Quite well timed, Korea. Quite well timed. For those of you who don't remember the first Iris, it's basically how to end a nuclear war. NSS is a black ops unit that's designed to protect the Korean government. And Iris is another secret organization that controls assassinations and terrorism. In the first Iris, we learn it's great being a secret hero and saving Korea, but with that kind of top secret knowledge, you really shouldn't try to leave the service and live a normal life. If the government gives you no protection or recognition, it ends up being fatal. But what would it take for a normal person like me to be a secret agent? I'd have to like train my butt off, but I could do it. Yeah, I could totally do it. That really hurt. Stupid machine. Yeah, that was harder than I thought. Guess I better stick to my true calling of Asian drama watching. Yeah! Jung Hyun plays Jung Yoo-gun, the current head of the NSS team. He was a scrappy kid who had connections to the NSS early on. And now, as the current team leader, is the Korean equivalent to Chuck Norris. He can take on a car with a handgun and isn't fazed by handguns to the ribcage. Lee Da-hae plays his high school sweetheart whose father is somehow connected to the NSS. Her younger self is played by the current it girl of Korean young actresses, Kim So-hyun. But there's definitely a basis for some future romance after the first episode, if not a love triangle. Triangle, 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 triangle! As for the action, the duck scene in the beginning kind of reminded me of some old TV shows. Like Walker, Texas Ranger style, but in a totally awesome way. Take the slow motion fight scenes for example. The actual fighting was kind of lovely to look at, but I really love how everyone put their machine guns down to take him on with a physical beatdown. It's a bit entertaining. I mean, who really puts their guns down to beat someone up? And then the car chase, the engine's stop and start button. There's no key. Why is there no key? Key hybrid? What the heck's going on there? But what a seriously badass gun shooting scene though, huh? Where the BMW finally flips over, turns into confetti, and 100 yuan Chinese notes are floating all over. Freaking totally badass, man. That's some special effects there, man. Korean car for the win! Because we all know that a Korean car would totally take down a BMW 100% of the time. And I love how later on they got Lord Raiden from the new Mortal Kombat movie to play the head of Iris. And he takes on NSS like it's cake. Seriously, no Iris is full of pros, but still, so evilly awesome. So I was really getting into this one until the snow training scene. I'm all for going out in the snow, but black is bad camouflage if you don't want to get taken out. Camouflage! I'm a treat! 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 How do you do a rock? Rock. And Ida Hei's character has snow in her gun barrel. Rookie mistake. Now, Korea is a country where the general public doesn't have access to guns. And so they use toy children's guns instead of actual guns in this. Not sure what to think about this one. Torn between just writing it off and, dang, that looks like the airsoft rifles that the neighborhood kids used to shoot each other with. Pew! Pew pew! It's for reasons like this that I try to overlook glaring mistakes. Like that a highly trained Olympic gold medalist in shooting doesn't know to keep her gun barrel free of snow and debris. If the gun was actually real and not a paintball gun, that would be a huge strike against her gun, her accuracy, and potentially her own safety. It's intriguing overall, and definitely has that bad guy versus good guy, high intensity, action-packed feel, as well as decent enough plot. I think the first half of the first episode was so action-packed that to slow it down in the second half was a bit of a letdown. But they spiked it again in the last 5 minutes, just enough to intrigue you to come back. In last week's video, I asked you, in which drama has Park Shin-hye's hair blown you away more? The short shag from You're Beautiful or the long locks from Flower Boy Next Door? And surprise, surprise, our Korean Rapunzel's lovely long locks from Flower Boy Next Door was the winner. And now for today's Toad question. Which leading Iris lady do you think gets more ass? Ida Hei of Iris2 or Kim Tae-hee of the original Iris? Leave your votes in the comments section and I'll proclaim the top Iris femme fatale in next week's video. Also head to facebook.com/HallyuBack and click like for all your drama review related info. Hit me up on Twitter at HallyuBack, like, favorite, and subscribe to this channel for all new Toad drama reviews and top 5 Friday videos. Ribbit.